Hi, welcome to Smarter Linking. This video is on the subject of the coronavirus and why the contagion numbers are spreading so quickly. And it comes about by understanding what I call the linking principle, the linking system, the linking method. Doesn't matter what you want to call it, but everything we do is a process of linking. The mind works by linking information, and the way you connect with the world around you is by linking information to the world around you using your nervous system. Now, this nervous system is also very susceptible to disease and viruses. So it doesn't matter where it comes from, whether it comes from an animal, whether it comes from eating an animal or touching an animal or from the animal's excretions. There are definitely viruses and germs and things like that out there, and every now and then we're going to be exposed to them. So there was SARS, 15, 16 years ago, and now we have the coronavirus. And the reason why it is spreading so fast is because of this linking principle. Now, the linking principle is why we call it viral on the internet, why we call it a virus, because when one person is infected and they can infect two people, that's already a doubled amount. And it goes back to the idea of how fast something can grow when it's doubling on a daily basis. So very quickly, within 4 or 5 days, it's doubled again. So our problem now is understanding that if the numbers today, which it's February the 5th today, and we have 20,000 people infected, that means by the 10th, it's going to be 40,000. By the 15th, 80,000. The 20th, 160,000. And basically in 2 to 3 weeks' time, we're going to have 1 million people. In about 3 weeks' time, we're going to have close to 1 million people infected. And then again, in another in a month's period, that's going to be about 10 million. So that's how quickly this thing can spread. That's if we're obviously not taking care of it, not coming up with some way to make sure that we're preventing spreading by either being stopping the flights, firstly, stopping traveling, making sure people are minimizing contact, staying in their own home, not exposed to the virus and other people, and it's not just about getting infected. It's that if you do get infected, who are you going to spread it to? Because you have to have contact with some people. You're going to have contact with your family members, you're going to children, friends, people at work. Even if you stay at home and say, I'm not going to work for the next month, if you live with 5 or 6 people, you're exposing them, they're exposing you. Only one person has to then go to the shops, has to go to school, has to go to the doctors. They're infected, they come home, they infect those 5 people at home. So the potential for this is actually astronomical, and we are not really focusing on the potential of what can happen, and everyone is too scared to talk about it. So we do talk about comparing it to SARS, but the problem is SARS was over fairly quickly, and there's no way to realize or to work out how long this is going to last. If this lasts for 3 or 4, 6 months, it could be 500 million people infected just by doing your numbers. If you sit down with a calculator and press 1 and multiply it by 2, that's happening every 4 or 5 days. So in 6 months' time, if you press the calculator, calculate those numbers, it can add up to 500 million people very quickly. So we need to work out even better ways, using smarter linking, by working out the better ways to eliminate contact, to eliminate exposure, and also to eliminate people that are infected. Because even people who, just because you're going to the hospital, every time someone's in hospital, their friends, their family, people they who care for them, they go to the hospital too. So they're not only risking the chance of getting infected by the person they care about, they're also risking the chance of getting infected by anybody else who's infected in the hospital. So by just going to the hospital or going to the doctor where people have been infected by the coronavirus is going to be devastating. It's only going to increase the numbers. We can see that there's been no stop from 10,000 to 20,000 over 3 or 4 days. Let's see. Like I said, if it's February the 5th today, let's see what's going to happen by the 10th. Because if it's 40,000, 50,000, and then by the 15th it's 100,000, then you just have to look at the numbers and just double it every 5 days, every 4 to 5 days. Realistically, that's the chart. If you look at any charts online, any graphs, you can see that that's how it is multiplying, spreading. And unless some major thing affects it, like I said, even if we come up with some something that can help us to eradicate the germ, the virus by touching things. Like I said, these days they're finding out that it could even be left on keyboards, door knobs, and who's to say whether parcels being posted can have the virus sitting dormant there too. We just don't know. We haven't had enough experience with this particular coronavirus to understand exactly how it's working, how we can prevent it from spreading. And until we do that, we are at the mercy of this virus, this coronavirus. And until we really work out a little bit more, use our smarter linking, work out how to eliminate the contagion, eliminate the spreading, eliminate the viral infections, then we are going to be at the mercy of this. And it'll be interesting to see, like I said, in another 10, 20, 30 days, exactly how many people are infected.